symmetry of being 4 years ago, the trip to NC State. That's the last time you lost to an unranked opponent. So many of these teams are judged based on their bowl wins or wins over huge programs. Is that streak maybe underrated, just the consistency?
Well, I mean, you just look, see how many people haven't been able to do that. It's hard. That's amazing to me. I mean, it really is. You know, that level of consistency is rare. It's hard to win. Really, really hard to win. I mean, all you got to do is watch. This is college football. It is really hard. Just look around the nation each week. You know, each week I take my little pole and I go whoosh, and rip it up. And I got to start over. You know why? Because it's college football. And you think you got this thing figured out, and boom. It's very, very difficult to have that level of consistency, you know, because everybody's good. And everybody, everybody we play is capable of beating us. I mean, we're not some juggernaut that just shows up, I mean, and can beat everybody. We got to play well. We got to take care of the ball. We can't have mental errors. We got to impact the game in special teams. We got to be the least penalized team. We got to have more big plays than the opponent, not give up big plays. Those are the things that we talk about. Win that turnover margin, and that's what it takes for us to win. And so to be able to consistently do that, I mean, and I think the other one, we've had 11 games since that time, and since 2011, that have been decided by a touchdown or less, and we're 10-1 in those games. You know, so these guys, they understand how to win, and they know what it takes. You don't have that type of streak without some consistency in place and a certain culture in place. So, I mean, you know, just there's very few teams out there. Maybe Alabama, and they've kind of been probably the most consistent team in the country over the last however long since Coach Saban's been there. Yeah, they've won 58 in a row, so there you go. But I bet it drops off pretty doggone quick after us, like real quick. That's a hard thing to do. So, you know, all I can tell you is we respect every opponent. We prepare for every opponent as if it's truly the biggest game of the season. And, you know, I think that mentality is what's allowed us to have that type of consistency.
How much more fun is day-to-day life within the program when you're at the point you're at now as opposed to if you were 5-2 and ranked 25th? When you kind of still have all your hopes and dreams ahead of you?
Well, it's easier to go get a haircut. You know, I don't get as much bad mail. You know, it's great. You know, fun's in the winning. That's what I say all the time. You know, I mean, everything's good. But I also understand, you know, how quick that turns on you. And so, you know, you stay humble, you stay hungry, you stay focused. Man, I'm never satisfied. I want to be the best. And we've been really, really close. And, you know, I want this program to be on top. And so it's just a daily grind to try to get better. You know, each and every day, keep your foot on the pedal. That's what we do. Put it in the left lane and go, and we don't look back. And whatever happens along the way, you know, learn from it, grow from it, good or bad, and keep moving.
Coach, that halftime speech that you gave on the field at Miami's been played out a bunch of times on national TV, where you're talking about you guys do things the way Clemson does things, and not to worry about the guys on the other sideline. You had any feedback from anybody, recruits, anybody else that have seen that? No, and you know that's the type of thing. I hate that stuff. I mean, I hate that stuff because it's like, you know, again, I mean, you know, you got anything you do nowadays. It's like everybody has, you know, throws a camera around, and it's, you know, first of all, it's a terrible setup down there. It's Bush League. They shouldn't have two teams going out the same place. I mean, it's just not. I mean, you got, you know, bickering and all this stuff going on and a distraction before the game. I wasn't out there, you know, dressed that early, and then you got all this stuff in the game, and now we got to all go through the same. It's just. I mean, it's not smart. And you know, my thing was, first of all, we're going to stay right here until they get off the field. And I just didn't like, you know, some of the chippiness.
that I saw from our guys. I don't care what they do. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is not to coach Miami. My responsibility is Clemson, and I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't like, just the response from some of our guys. We're better than that. It's not what we're about, and it was just, an opportunity because of the situation. Hey, let's, you know what? We're going to address this right now, and we're not going to have a distraction like that. Let's play the game. Let's play the game the right way. Let's set a good example. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of people that are watching and paying attention, and I want us to be better than that. I mean, I want to win. I want to kill the opponent. I want to crush them, but I want to do it, the right way, and feel good about how we win. And again, just it's always I teach. That's what I do. I mean, I'm a teacher. I coach, and you have opportunities to coach and teach every day. And I just coach them like my 3 sons. I don't do anything different here than I do at home in the Swinney house. Every situation is an opportunity to teach. These are young people that need to grow up. They got a lot to learn, and they don't know. I mean, if they could do it all without us, then what the heck are we there for? It's called parenting or coaching or teaching or whatever. And so, it was just an opportunity to kind of reinforce who we are and the way we do things.
Did you see or hear instances of your players instigating any of the chippiness?
No, I just it doesn't matter who instigated it. It just, we don't need to, again, be emotional. Channel the emotion the right way. Play the game. Don't talk about it. Be about it. That's what I tell these guys all the time. Talking about it don't get it done. How about spend your time preparing? What we do on Saturday is a result of what we do Monday through Friday. We ain't gonna talk ourselves into anything. That's Bush League. You better get yourself ready and go play and execute, because that's what's gonna win games. A bunch of talking ain't gonna win games. So it's a waste of energy.
Your brand in the state of Florida has been pretty solid for the last decade or so. But when you go into that part of the state and make a statement like y'all did, can you quantify how much that'll help recruiting moving forward?
Well, we also got 70 hung on us down there in the same place, and had a great recruiting class after that. I think you take the good with the bad. It certainly doesn't hurt us, that's for sure. But I think that one game's not going to determine who we are from a recruiting standpoint. I don't think anybody's sitting out there going, I'm going to Clemson now because they killed Miami. I think people are going to come to Clemson because we have a great program. We have a consistent program. We graduate our players. It's a great place to go to school. It's the way college ought to be. You can't have a better environment than what we have here at Clemson, and certainly can't have a better game environment for what our guys are blessed to play with, play in each and every week. That's why people come to Clemson. They're not going to come. I mean, yeah, winning matters. I mean, we've got to, but one game, I don't think that that's a factor.